What's up, everybody? Welcome to the NX Show, your source for video game news, analysis, and other shenanigans. I'm one of your hosts, Corey Deering, and alongside me is the wise Wisconsinite, Jesse Douglas.
How's it going, everyone?
Just the two of us today, Jesse.
Just the two of us.
Just the two. Now, are we doing the Dr. Evil Mini-Me version, or are we doing the Will Smith version?
Probably the mini-me version.
Man, how's it going, Jesse? How's life? How's
pretty good. I had we record the show obviously on Saturdays, so like last weekend I went with my friend Pat. We went to the local barcade that we have, and just literally I went there with the intentions to do nothing except for play a lot of pinball, and $10 actually got me like a, I don't know, I think we were there for probably like 2 hours. Oh, nice. It's fun. They have all the new ones there. They have the Ghostbusters one. They have the Deadpool one. They have the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory one. They have they had a whole bunch of really good ones. So I just literally went there with the intentions to play those. So that was a highlight of since last show.
Nice.
But otherwise things have been going pretty good. A lot of work and stuff, but
yeah, a lot of work. I'm trying to like the last week or so, when I'm not knees deep in Fire Emblem, I've been trying to like clean up some stuff and trying to brainstorm on what kind of content we should start making outside of the podcast, because I think our podcast is pretty established now. We have a good cadence and a good routine going, and I want to do more content. I want to do more live content. I'm trying to figure out the best way to do it. Do we want to live stream from the NX show's Twitch channel? Do we want to do it from our personal stuff? Do we need to like figure out a way to do both? That kind of thing. And then you brought up the indies stuff yesterday to me when I was like sleeping. I woke up this morning and read it. But you brought that up, which I think is a really good idea. And I know Ed brought up indie stuff before too. And so I think we're going to try to tackle a couple different things at once. I want to get back into like squad goals and Royale with Cheese type stuff. So, and a lot of it is just, we've all been busy, and I've been getting up super early because my kid's been waking up early. So it's causing me to like fall asleep on the couch while like I'm trying to wait for her to go to bed to play games. And it's just been a busy couple weeks too, because work and prepping for vacation. My wife and I are going on vacation next week for the weekend, and trying to get everything ready for that. And so I mean, we do have some stuff planned, and we do want to do more stuff. So what we'll probably do is probably just Jesse, you'll probably stream from your personal one, and I'll just have stuff. I'm trying to set stuff up to where I can stream from both my personal and NX show, but we'll see. I know Mixer offers something called Teams.
Okay.
Which we actually have Mixer news in the news today, but they have these things called Teams where you can, and I know Xbox offers it straight through the Xbox, where you can co-stream with someone. They offer something called Teams where you set up a team. I think it's something you kind of have to pay for, but I think it's like a one-time deal where it's like $10 and you can add up to like 5 people who can stream from their personal account, but it also streams through the it's kind of like Twitch's hosting stuff, but it actually pops up as that account streaming. So like say we set up an NX show account on Mixer, and you, me, Ed, and Ray are all part of the NX team, right? You just prioritize like you and Ray probably stream the most out of all of us, so like we would prioritize you two over me and Ed, and however you prioritize the team is whose stream it streams from the account. Okay. So
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean that's pretty cool, and I think that's how hosting works on Twitch too. But it'll actually say the NX show is streaming, but they'll just be seeing your feed through the NX show plus your stream. So
Okay.
it's kind of cool. I want to look more into it. By the way, for people who have been sleeping under a rock, one of the biggest streamers in the world, Ninja, moved over exclusively to Mixer from Twitch, which was kind of the hot news of the week, I would say. So
Yeah.
so
Well, and yeah, and I, like we had kind of talked about it like before we were, or maybe you were recording when we talked about that initially here, but yeah, like I don't know, I know like a lot of people like there's a lot of negative things that have been said about Twitch, in the past, and just certain things. So, like I've seen people say this, but I think it's like, people are just kind of like, oh, this might be a good thing for, to get Twitch to maybe start listening and like, because like with anything, it's always good when you have competition, and if Microsoft can make Mixer something that's competitive and push Twitch to want to try to improve, that's always a good thing. So
yeah, plus like Amazon owns Twitch, so and like Amazon and Google don't really like focus on gaming, really. I mean, I know Google's got Stadia coming and stuff, and that might be their big gaming initiative push thing, but like this far, like they shut down YouTube gaming, which was like their big push to compete against Twitch. And Twitch has kind of been alone on this island, with Microsoft kind of sitting in the background with their own thing, right? Trying to figure out how do we get people to use Mixer? We can integrate it into the Xbox. We can do all these things. And like Twitch is kind of like, yeah, that's nice. We're just going to keep going how we are. And it's, I mean, we're streaming on Twitch right now. And I mean, no offense to Twitch or anything, but like the user interface is super cumbersome. It doesn't work half the time. Saving streams is kind of a pain, right? Like you turn it on automatically, but like half the time it doesn't save your streams. Making an automated highlight thing it's a cool idea, but it really doesn't work. Like all these things kind of suck to a degree, and Microsoft's coming in and dumping all this money into Mixer, making the user interface friendly, allowing you to set up your streams through Mixer on PC or through your phone, and then it will just be there when you go to stream through your Xbox. So it's very clean and nice that way. It's Mixer is one of the cleanest user interfaces I think I've seen. I went on Mixer the other after this news to like, well, should I be streaming on Mixer instead of Twitch? And like everything was super easy to use. It's super easy to find my information. It's super easy to set up. Like everything was just really simple. And you go to Twitch's menu system, and it's just like, well,
I get lost.
I know.
have no idea what I'm doing.
Dude, I've been trying to use Twitch for like 3 or 4 years, and like every time I turn it on, I'm like, I'm so lost. Where do I go? Like even to get the stream key, because I switch between 3 different Twitch channels for this, for podcasting and streaming and stuff, and like trying to find the stream key, I'm just like, I had to write it down on a Post-it note to find my stream key so I could just get there, right? And I don't think I should have to do that, where on Mixer you just go into like your streamer profile and it has your stream key right there, and it's like it just has like a little button that says copy, it's just a much cleaner, more technical interface that works well, which I hope actually translates to the new Xbox dashboard when that comes rolling out. So I'm just like, I think I'm gonna explore some Mixer tonight. I don't know what you're doing tonight, but maybe we could do something.
I don't have anything really going on tonight. Because if we do something like after the kids go to bed, that's fine. So.
Yeah, so that's the plan. So I'm gonna check out Mixer tonight. I'm gonna see like if it's simple enough to set up like within the 10 minutes while I'm setting up, like, and we'll just go from there. So, but anyways, I'm gonna get through this housekeeping so we can talk about games that we've been playing because I've actually been playing a lot this past week.
Right.
So housekeeping for you. If you are unaware what you are tuning into, this is the NX Show. We cover video game news, analysis, and other shenanigans. You can catch us here on twitch.tv/the NX Show or on codenamenx.com/live, which I just redid, and it looks way better than it did before. Every Saturday, around 1, sometimes 2, sometimes whenever we go live, sometime in between there. For pre-show, followed by the podcast. If you can't join us live, no big deal. You can head over to codenamenx.com, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, or your podcast service of choice on Tuesdays for a fully edited show. Please rate and review our show on your podcast service of choice. It really helps us grow. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at the NX Show, and like the NX Project's Facebook page. You can also join the Facebook group, which is facebook.com/groups/the NX Project. If you have any questions, you can tweet at us. Look for the question thread in the Facebook community or email us at contact@codenamenx.com. We will also be taking questions live on Twitch. So if you're jumping in that chat, we will take your questions and go from there. Our August giveaway, Astral Chain for a Nintendo Switch. We will be giving it away the Saturday after the game comes out, which is August 31st, live on the show. So you will be hearing the winner during that live stream that day. I think that's about it. Next week we will not be live because I will not be here, and Ed's probably going to host the show next week. Or if Jesse wants to take a crack at it, or if Ray wants to take a crack at it, I don't care. A combination of those three people will be here. But we will be live the following Saturday. All right, we're going to get into what we've been playing. Jesse, you can go first. I'm really interested to hear what you're playing because, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, well, so actually, another thing I had done this week, I had one day where I got home early kind of from work, and I just played a little bit, and I actually went back and I played like all the battle royale games. So I played some PUBG, I played some Apex, I played some Fortnite, and I played Blackout.
Nice.
And like back to back, like I just played like a couple matches of each. And
I'm gonna make sure all those are updated because I really feel like playing some battle royale tonight.
Yeah.
Because like on that note, I've actually played some Fortnite.
yeah,
The last couple nights, because season 10 or season X, whatever they're calling it, is out, and I don't know, for some reason I played like 4 matches of Fortnite last night after I was done playing Fire Emblem. I'm like, oh yeah, Fortnite's fun. So
I enjoyed it. It's not as fun playing PUBG by yourself. Like I've realized like I like playing Blackout by myself. It's fine doing that, but like PUBG is definitely one that you need to play as a squad or like with friends.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just not. It's just more about having fun. That one for me, like I don't care about if I win or lose, really. Like just having fun with it. And they've updated a couple of things on it and stuff. And like I don't know for sure. I heard about them like upgrading or redoing the original map and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And updating the like graphics of things and like just doing a whole bunch of things to kind of fix it a little bit. I don't know if that came over to the Xbox or not, but
Um,
or is coming over.
I
I'm
think
not
it.
really quite sure.
I think the PC and the Xbox and PC and consoles are all on the same
Love.
patch
No.
now, so I
Okay.
think it probably did. I mean,
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I haven't played PUBG since we played it together last. So
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, cause I was landing in new maps. I didn't really go in the original first map at all when I played, so I don't know. I didn't, I couldn't tell if it looked different or whatever, but it seemed to be running fine though and everything. So, as far as that goes, it seemed good. So, um but yeah, so I was playing those just because I was kind of curious. I haven't played like Fortnite or PUBG in a little while, so I figured I'd go back and try those, and then ended up trying them all. And I do like Apex with the things that are flying around and stuff now. That kind of makes it interesting. I know Fortnite now has those mechs or whatever. So that will be kind of interesting to see, because I think those were added before, after I played or something. I don't know,
yeah, I
but
think that there was a Fortnite patch like 2 nights ago,
yeah.
and I was gonna play, and then I waited, and I just ended up playing some Fire Emblem. But
Hmm.
yesterday I couldn't. I mean, I haven't played Fortnite in so long, and I was playing on Switch in handheld mode, which is,
Hmm.
I'm gonna be honest, probably not the way you want to be playing playing that game.
No.
And I couldn't find any of the mechs, and I don't even really know how it works. I just turned it on because I was like, oh man, I remember Fortnite was fun at one point, and
Yeah.
so. But yeah, Switch handheld mode. It's a nice little thing if you just want to play 1 or 2 matches before bed.
Hmm.
But like if you're gonna play more than that, I would recommend playing on PC or Xbox probably.
Yeah. Like what I've done in the past, is like I didn't mind plugging my headphones like that I use for like recording the show and stuff. I'll plug my headphones into the Switch and then just lay it on the table and use my Pro controller.
Hmm.
So it's kind of like playing it in your hands, except for I'm just, it's just sitting on the table instead. Like that wasn't as bad. Like I don't mind playing like that, because then, having the sound quality too makes a big difference for as far as like hearing things that are going on.
Yeah.
Um, like that's I'll be honest, how I've mostly played it when I've played it on Switch. I don't think I've really actually ever played it on the computer, like, or on the TV, like through the dock.
Yeah.
Like I almost never use my dock to play. I'll be honest. Every once in a while, I'll play it on this monitor that I'm using right now for the show.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm not
yeah,
gonna lie, man. Like that, the Switch Pro controller for like, dude, the input lag on the Switch Pro controller is bad. Like
yeah,
it is bad. Like it's like I know input lag is like a big thing for like fighting games and stuff. Like if you're using a stick or whatever you want it plugged in, but
yeah.
like Mario Make, first started really noticing it on Mario Maker,
Okay.
and then like I mean Fire Emblem, I don't it doesn't really matter because it's a turn based strategy game. But like I was what was the other game I was playing? Let me turn on my Switch real quick. I was like, oh, Marvel Ultimate
Oh
Alliance,
yeah.
and I
Oh
was
yeah.
like,
That's right.
oh my god, the Switch Pro controller lag is awful. Like it's
Hmm.
terrible. Like
Yeah.
it's really bad. And like I played a little bit of Smash. Like it's not bad in Smash. Like it's like it's a game by game basis where like the Pro controller is just is not great. And
And I
Wolfenstein
wonder.
was also really bad. The input lag.
Yeah. I wonder. So like, is it literally just the Pro controller?
Yeah,
Like,
because
because
because I put my Joy Cons in the slider thing for the
yeah,
first time for Mario Maker.
yeah.
First time since I've owned the Switch, I put it in the slider, and it worked. It worked fine.
Okay.
It worked fine.
Like,
It's just the Pro controller.
I wonder, like the 8-bit Dough or whatever those company that makes those. I wonder if those work fine. Like, It seems like
I mean
people
that.
haven't had issues with them, but
Yeah, but I think those like I think those have input lag unless you buy the little adapter that you like. I know the
okay,
controllers are Bluetooth and work with Switch, but there's also an adapter you can buy to plug
okay.
into the dock for for better signal, and I
Oh,
know
okay,
that makes it work a lot better.
okay. Hmm.
But I'm not 100% sure. I know Matt and Moose both own one,
Yeah.
and they swear by it, but I also think they have the dongle that goes in their
Oh,
dock or
oh,
whatever. So
okay. Yeah, that would be something to yeah to I'll have to ask them about because yeah and I mean even so be it if like that's something that I don't know that they would do that especially with now having all these
Joy-Con
Joy
drift.
Cons that they're having to
Dude, I'm
fix,
so
which I think mine's actually drifting because I notice every once in a while if I go to use it and then I stop using it, it will go up
yeah.
like but it will just be for like and then I just hit it again and sometimes it will fix it and it'll be fine. But
Dude, I'm
like
so
I
scared.
literally until Mario Maker, I started playing Mario Maker. I never had that issue.
Yeah, dude, I'm like seriously thinking about going to buy new Joy-Cons like right before vacation, like the
Yeah,
day before, and going to Best Buy and just getting a new set to just be safe because I'm like so paranoid that like because like look, it's a family vacation, and my sister and brother-in-law are going and their
yeah.
kids, and like we got to be back by like early because kids have to go to bed, and
Mhm.
like I'm gonna want to be playing Switch, at some point, and like I'm so scared that the Joy-Con drift is gonna happen while I'm on vacation, and it's like, hi, wife and
Yeah,
kid behind me.
yeah. It's kind of weird how it's just all of a sudden becoming an issue like that. Like that's really like a really big issue. Like and a lot of people having issues with it and
Yeah.
like I said, I didn't have any issues with it until just recently.
Well, I
And
guess
it's
there's a
and it's
patch. I guess in the latest patch, like there's a Joy-Con calibrator in it,
okay.
so you can actually recalibrate your Joy-Cons, and it works for like a couple weeks or so, and then it'll
Oh,
start
okay.
drifting again, I guess, or like a couple days or so, and then it'll just start drifting again. But like they know because they put the calibration in the patch,
Yeah,
the UI patch. So
yeah,
it's like if you just go down to like the controller section, you can go to when you go to pair new controllers, it'll just yeah,
gives
it's
you the
insane.
option.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's insane. So I'm super paranoid because these are launch Joy Cons. Like because I bought my Switch on day one, and these are
Hmm.
launch black Joy Cons, and I've played my Switch for probably hundreds of hours at this point. Like
Yeah.
I'm just super scared, and like my blue ones sometimes like it's not Joy-Con drift, but sometimes the input gets stuck,
Oh, okay.
and like
Huh.
that's strange too. So I'm like really hoping like please don't please don't drift because I don't feel like spending $80 on a new controller.
Yeah, and and that's the thing is like I'll be honest, like the Joy-Cons in general just are very cheaply made.
Yeah,
And for the fact that they cost as much as they do, it's ridiculous.
yeah,
Like how cheapy they are for how much they cost.
yeah,
Like like you used to think like $60 was a lot for like the Xbox controller or whatever, and it's like, and those cost like $80, and it's like,
I know.
yeah, I mean, yeah, it's
I
got
wish I
like
could just
features in it,
I wish I could just
but
hook my Xbox controller to my Switch and just use
yeah,
it.
yeah. Well, you could, you just would have to get
Well,
one of those adapter things that lets you use your controller on
right.
anything.
Right, but I would just want to hook it up. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I'm really worried about this Joy-Con drift, and with my luck on things, like just in general, it's gonna happen Wednesday night at like 11 o'clock when I'm playing something that requires me to be precise.
You're gonna be just about to beat the first house of
Yeah. Man.
yeah.
So
Yeah, but oh yeah, we're still doing what we played, aren't we?
yeah.
Well, there's a couple of things that I've been playing, but I'm not gonna really talk about them too much. Because like it's kind of, we talked about like doing like I was trying to come up with like some kind of indie thing that we could do, like, and dealing with Game Pass, since there's a whole bunch of really good indie games on Game Pass. So there's a couple of those, and honestly I haven't played enough of them to really talk about them much anyways yet. So like there's some stuff in there, but I'm thinking about trying to record something where I just kind of put a couple of indie games from Game Pass in a little video and do like a quick look of each one, and just a couple minute thing where I just kind of talk about the basics and so then that way give a few games that people that have Game Pass, if you want to give them a shot, or get a little look at them and see if it's something that you're interested in.
Yeah.
So
I still want to do that show too this week on Game Pass. When they add new stuff to Game Pass, we just go through and check out the new games. But
and that's why I was like, well, like we could still do that, and then we can just have like where I'll just because I'll be honest, like I do plan on going back to Fire Emblem and playing it more because I really am enjoying it. But at the same time, like I'm trying to like just look, trying to find stuff to do where I can try to make some content stuff or record some stuff, because I just feel like I haven't really done it, like there's things that I want to do, and I just keep on, if I keep on putting it off, then I'll never get any of it done. But
yeah, that's kind of how I feel, because like I've been like, during the week I've been trying to like train myself to get up earlier and earlier, because when I come back from vacation I want to get up early and work on stuff before I go to work. That way I can go to bed early and wake up early, and I feel like I'd be more motivated in the morning to do stuff than when I'm exhausted sitting at home.
Yeah, I'll be honest, when I once I was used to it, like, I mean, it kind of sucked because my kids were really, really young when I first started doing it. And well, actually that whole time period that I was having to be into work at 4 o'clock in the morning, like it sucked because my wife worked until like 9 or 10 at night. So I had to take care of getting the kids to bed. So I couldn't go to bed until they went to bed.
Yeah.
And then I had to get up at 3 in the morning, so like I wasn't getting decent sleep. So that kind of sucked. But like once I got used to getting up that early, I actually preferred it. Yeah. Like I enjoyed getting up super early, and then, going into work early, and then I'm done at noon. So like I've literally got the whole day to, to enjoy, like where I'm, for the most part have been only working when it was dark, basically, and being done with work when it's like finally starting to, be light out and warm and, and everything. So like I enjoyed that, but it did take some getting used to. But I don't know. I've worked on both aspects. I like being up at night and sleeping during the day, but I also don't mind getting up super early and starting the day early. But so I guess I'm just weird, but because I know like both of those things people hate.
It's just weird because like only in like the last like year and a half or so, like I have found myself not being able to stay up as late as I used to. It's like I used to be able to stay up till like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, no problem, and just wake up the next day and do what I needed to do. But now it's like, if I don't sleep like 7 or 8 hours, I'm toast for the day.
I swear it's something that like having kids ends up triggering, because I was the same way. I used to be able to get by on 3-4 hours of sleep a day, and I would just be up all the time, like until like 5-6 in the morning, and and just I used to be able to just go to bed and whatever whenever you want. But yeah, then having kids, it's like yeah, you're trying to literally take every bit of sleep that you can get.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I guess to finish what I've been playing.
It's a good thing Ed's not here to keep us on track.
Yeah, I did play some Fire Emblem. I'm not much further than after that mock battle or whatever. I just basically have been doing like the talking to everyone and getting side quests and all that stuff, and then trying to do that stuff. And like doing like where you talk to all the different people to I think to recruit them or something like that.
Oh yeah.
I think that's what you're doing basically after that mock battle, is recruiting.
Yeah, it's weird though, because you as your player character in that game, you have to recruit certain people your level of like certain attributes. Like say you're a sword wielder, to recruit an archer, you have to get your stats as an archer up.
Yeah.
Or if you want to, have like a heavy armor guy, you have to train yourself with like the heavy armor guy, so that you understand heavy armor, and then you can recruit that guy. Because like that's the problem I'm facing now, is like all my characters are like axe and sword wielders, and I have like one mage, one healer, and one archer, and it's like, well, I need some ranged guys, and I need to take more people into battle with me, because like I keep wasting my money on like boost, like potions and stuff to heal myself, because I can't have my healer, because what I usually do, I usually split. I think I have like 12 people, 10 or 12 teammates or whatever to go into battle at once, and I think that's your limit, is like 10. And like I'll split them up 5 and 5. Well, my healer, I can't, and like I'll try to flank guys depending on the battlefield or whatever, and like I can't have my healer on both sides, right? So like I spend a lot of money on potions to heal characters, instead of like buying shields for them, or new weapons, or investing in the testing shields. Like as you progress, you'll find out, Jesse, that you get, like, I'm sure you've seen them before, like a beginner's seal and like intermediate seals, and like those are the tests that you have to give your students to progress their place in their abilities and stuff. So I've been trying to do all that, and it's just like, man.
Yeah, I had one, like after that mock battle thing, there was like a thing where one of my characters could level up. I think it was the lead chick that was of the house, or whatever, the lead of that house. The one that you kind of had to talk to if you wanted to be, join that house or whatever.
Edelgard is the girl for the Black. You did the Black Eagles, right? Also. Yeah.
I think she leveled up or something like that, and then it asked me to pick like if I wanted her to be a certain type of, like, I don't remember what it was. It was something to do with like you could just upgrade the ability to a beginner instead of or something like that. I don't remember exactly what it was, but there's something that I had to upgrade, like she leveled up in or something. To be better.
Yeah. But man, Fire Emblem, what a game.
It's It's a like, and it's funny because like I'm turned away by a lot of reading and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But they make the story and stuff is interesting enough that it doesn't bother me as much,
Mm-hmm.
and like, and because I just like, it's not even the reading, it's just I don't like, my ADD just like wants to like do like stuff.
Yeah.
That's why I like FPS games. Why I like FPS games so much is because it's like nonstop like action stuff, and I'm not really having to, you know, you run around and try to do stuff. Or like with Zelda, like gave you where you could just do whatever you want, and you'd be, like, just for searching wherever, going wherever, you constantly had something to interact with, or something to do, or something to find, or something, like that. Like those kind of games are way easier for me to get into than ones where I've got to just find this person, talk to them, then find this person and talk to them, and then find this usually those kind of games just I after a while I give up on them, because it just doesn't hook me like it does people who love, RPGs.
Yeah.
But so far, like, I'm enjoying this game, and I'm actually interested in the characters, and and just learning the systems and all that stuff.
Yeah,
So
I think this is the first time since Awakening that I've actually cared about the characters in the story,
yeah.
because I played a lot of Fire Emblem Fates, but I played it with the sound down. I've kept smashing A to skip through the stuff so I could actually go battle, and
Yeah.
Fire Emblem has always just been like one of those games where I'm like, okay, I have my 3DS open, so I'm just gonna plow through some missions because I have 15 minutes or whatever. Now it's like this is like after that mock battle or whatever, it turns into almost like a full blown JRPG, like Persona style. Like you
Yeah.
have to keep up your relationships, you have to keep up your training, you have to make sure everybody is happy, you have to and I'm like at a point in the story where like there's about to be like a big twist in the story, and because I'm like 15 hours in at this point. I'm just like
Yeah.
plowing through it, and it's just, man, it's crazy. I love Fire Emblem so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah. It's yeah, I did the whole eat some meals with some of the people to get their boost their happiness or whatever, and all that kind of good stuff. But
yeah.
yeah, that yeah, and then I made another level on Mario Maker, and that's basically for the most part what I've played that I want to talk about right now. I've just been watching a lot of shows. I'll be honest, watching a lot of shows. I finally finished the what's it called, The Boys, which was such a good show.
Yeah, I really want to.
Oh man, that show. It's brutal. It's both brutal and brilliant at the same time.
I know. I really want to. I really want to watch it because it just seems like one of those shows. It's like, okay, there's. I mean, not that I'm like. I like watching some of these superhero movies and stuff, but I'm not into all of them, right? But like I'm like you. It makes sense because you watch. Let's take the Avengers for example, that first one, or even Endgame, but I'll use the first one because I don't know if everybody's seen Endgame. You watch that scene in New York where like all the buildings are like tearing down and are falling down, and like you see all this destruction, but you never see the repercussions of like there's humans in those buildings, right? Or like
Yeah.
And the boys, like I'm probably gonna try to convince my wife to at least watch the first episode tonight before I get online, and it's I want to know like I like the idea that actually explores like, okay, this is what happens in reality when they're not in front of the camera. Or on Facebook I've been getting some Amazon Prime ads for The Boys, and it's like the girl, the Starling or whatever.
Starlight.
Yeah,
I think
and
it
she's
is.
like
Yeah.
she's like doing like a face cream commercial or something, where like the superheroes are basically posing as like Instagram models or like social media icons, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh, this is crazy. I want to see this, because like, what are they doing afterwards?
Yeah, that's basically what like what the movie or the show is it's basically like I'll be honest, like they're more like politicians.
Yeah,
Like where they're and they're bought and sold by states and by cities. Like cities will bid to try to pay to have a superhero stay in their town, so they have one to help protect their town. And so there's kind of like this whole like system of that as well, where they're like, without getting into too much detail, but yeah, there's like things like that going on, and it's basically, yeah, they're basically just complete like celebrities, and like it's earlier you mentioning about like like them kind of tackling the whole idea of the repercussions and the situations of like casualties and things like that. There's one part that really is messed up. That it's like it really is messed up what has to happen and stuff. But I won't. I'll just say that's all I'll say. Is that show is messed up in some points, man.
yeah. I mean, like, it does. I mean, I'm guessing this is spoilers for like the first 20 minutes of the first episode, but like, doesn't the show revolve around someone like the Flash pretty much straight up ran through his girlfriend and murdered her, and like he joins, like, the whole premise of the show is him joining this band of people who go out to like seek true justice or whatever against them.
They're basically trying to hunt down what they call them soups. The superheroes, they call them soups. And so there's this group of smart, like, intelligent people who have like military backgrounds, or just have like, except for the main character, the one whose girlfriend like was killed. He literally is like the biggest wiener. Like he doesn't stand up for himself. He like was afraid to ask his boss for a raise, even though he deserves one. And like he just doesn't have a bone in his body of like trying to stand up for himself and all this. And so like this trauma basically like makes him, like kind of get over that and become something better, who actually starts taking control of his life a little bit more. So yeah, like there's a lot going on, and like yeah, it's a super interesting show. It's really good. So yeah, like I finished that because I just couldn't. Any chance I got, I had to watch it, because I was just completely taken in by it. And then I've been trying to finish the Unsolved, which is about the Biggie Tupac murder cases and stuff, and it's really well done. And soon here, Mindhunter season 2 will be coming on, so I'm looking forward to that too. But yeah, so there's just been a lot of shows and stuff that I've there's just been. This is like the best time for TV, like, honestly.
Yeah.
Like I don't even care a lot of the times that I don't get to go to see movies because there's just so many good TV shows anyways. So, but yeah, so that's basically like what I've been doing lately. And like I said earlier, playing that pinball machines and stuff at the barcade. which
Yeah.
is that place is a lot of fun. And I uh played some Punch Out too.
Nice. Man, Punch Out, like arcade Punch Out, like
Yeah, yeah,
nice,
arcade Punch Out.
nice. Uh, well, for me, I mean, I've basically been playing the same things that you have: Fire Emblem and Mario Maker. In Mario Maker, I'm trying to beat my third level,
Yeah.
and like the level concept is, I think the level concept is solid, and like it's not super trolly like my last couple, but like I set the timer low
Oh, okay.
and like because I want you to be like it. The concept of the level is like a giant maze, and like you have to figure out where to go, but you have to
Okay.
learn the level so you can make your way through it and beat the timer.
Okay.
And so like that's the concept of the level. And yeah, there's a couple things where like, if you go the wrong way, you're gonna die or whatever. It's like there are a couple things where things will come after you if you go the wrong way, but like if you make your way through, there's nothing really like, oh, if I jump up this little tiny hole and land here, a thwomp is gonna smash me if I don't find the hidden fire flower or Yoshi or whatever. So
Yeah.
I'm really struggling to beat the level because I have the timer set real low, and I'm like, maybe I should boost the timer, but I know somebody who's really good at Mario will beat it in less time than that. So like, I'm still
Yeah.
playing around with that idea.
Which I mean isn't necessarily a bad thing because like that's the whole idea too is you want to make them so it can be beaten a lot faster than maybe even you can, just because because well, first off, even no matter how quickly you beat your own level, it's not going to keep track of that when it comes to how fast your level is beaten or whatever,
Yeah.
by the first person. So it's like I don't usually worry too much about that, but so like like that's the thing is it's fun seeing people if they try to or want to compete to try to be the one to beat it the fastest.
Mm-hmm.
So like like I think yeah, if you it wouldn't be that big of a deal if you boosted it up just a tiny bit, just so you can make it easier to finish, but still it's not like you have a whole bunch of time left.
Yeah.
you
Plus,
know
like,
like
plus I think like the concept of the maze is gonna give people a because like I know the level layout, right? So I think
Mhm.
learning the maze is gonna be the challenge for people
Yeah.
instead of like the challenge of the level itself. So
Hmm. Yeah.
maybe I will. Maybe I'm just thinking too much about it because I know the level so well because I built it,
Hmm.
and I'm just kind of overestimating how fast people will get through it because I know the level and they like people don't. Like it's kind of like that
Yeah.
first level where like I knew how to get through the level, but
Yeah.
like people would go all the way to the right and realize there's a giant wall there and you needed to go up instead of to the right.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So we'll see. I'm still playing around with it. I might just up the timer and beat it tonight and upload it because I actually really like the concept for the level. So I've been playing that. I played a little bit of Fortnite, and I really kind of want to get back into it on Xbox or something. Like I really enjoyed what I was playing. Uh, it's there's a reason why that game is popular. It's free, it's fun, it's simple, it's something you can play with your friends. It's just I I like the concept of how Fortnite works, and I it's the same way with Apex also, right? Where
Yeah.
like it's just an easy game to download and jump in with your friends, and it's simple enough to understand. And Apex kind of builds on that with the Overwatch hero system a little bit, and like
Hmm.
I don't know, man. Like I really that's what kind of what I want to do tonight is play a combination of those two games, or even Blackout if you want to play some Blackout tonight. Those are like I as somebody who's been playing a lot of Destiny lately, also like getting back into like those kind of hostile competitive games has been kind of almost like a what do you
A
call
relief.
it? Yeah, kind of. Not like a relief, but like a palate cleanser, I guess is what you would say. So, I mean, as much as I like Crucible and Destiny, it's kind of like I've been doing this since Halo 1, right? Like where I'm just killing people in deathmatch and everything, and it's like kind of want to switch it up a little bit, and then what?
Oh, I just thought of something. I did end up getting a chance to play the Gears 5 online stuff.
Oh, did you?
I was able to get in eventually on Sunday or whatever. So I did, or was it Saturday? It might have been Saturday night, Sunday morning. But I did go in and I played a couple of matches and didn't do great because I don't play Gears enough to be good at that. But it, things did feel good. Like I feel like the weapons that I used seemed to be a little better. Like they're more powerful, certain things, and I feel like they have maybe changed the weapons enough in this game that they will hopefully make it so like you don't mind using other weapons when you're playing the regular game as well. So I'm kind of looking forward to seeing how that turns out then. I really hope that they did fix that issue of making it where only the two weapons seem like they're the only ones worth using. So
Nice.
But yeah, I just remembered that talking about Halo.
Does it feel better than when we played through Gears 4, or does it still feel like Gears?
Yeah, it still feels like Gears, but I think I don't know. Maybe I don't know for sure, but I feel like the whole like cover system felt a little bit maybe smoother. Like when you're going into cover, and I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Something about that seemed like it might be a little bit better, but for the most part, it still plays like Gears. I don't know. I guess that's the thing, is I'd have to play it again, like play 4 again and play 5 and like compare them. But
do you really want to go back and play 4? No, I think the thing is though with Gears multiplayer is like it hasn't evolved. Man, we're totally not even on track for the show. It's fine, whatever. I think the thing with Gears though, like the multiplayer stuff, is like it's still stuck in shotgun. Like everybody with a shotgun rules the game. Like that's it's always been like that, right? And I think the only game that they ever got away from that was Judgment. And nobody played Judgment because it wasn't a great game. Now, I will defend Judgment because I really like the arcadey fast style of that game, and I wish they would bring that style of game back to Gears. But they did switch up a lot of the buttons and stuff because it was less tactical and more focused on arcadey hallway action shooter style stuff. But the only way they got rid of that was like they had some cool weapons in there. They added arcadey stuff to it instead of tactical stuff, and that's the only game I felt they really got away from the Nasher. I don't even know what to call it. Fuckfest, I guess. But it's still like Gears to me. Gears multiplayer is always going to be wall jumping to Nasher to wall jumping to diving out of the way and making sure you have your shotgun lined up without aiming down sights to kill someone. And that sucks because Gears has a ton of cool weapons like the torque bow, the long shot, the Lancer rifle is still one of the best assault rifles in video games, I think, where it's got that really good mid-range strength and the active reload system works really well, and it's got a lot of cool weapons that don't get used because everybody's just running around shotgunning everybody. So
what I played though, I'll say this: I love the style of the game that I played for the thing. I love the whole idea of you earning points to unlock a gun and that you get right away. The second you buy that gun, then you have it and you're able to use it in the match instead of having to run and try to fight for a gun on the map. Instead, this like thing that they had set up, you earn points to unlock like a sniper rifle or whatever, or they had this pistol that was like, it's like a longer, like a Magnum almost.
The bolt pistol, which
is actually really good.
I know if you aim down sights, you can, if you headshot someone, or if you hit somebody, I think 3 times downs them, or 2 shots, 2 bullets with that headshot someone, like you can really do some damage with that thing.
Yeah, so I really like that a lot. That game type was awesome, of being able to unlock the guns through points that you earn. So I really like that a lot.
Yeah,
that system. So I'm definitely looking forward to it because I did enjoy what I played. I think I can overlook the movement stuff in the actual story mode if there's a decent story that I'm really, really enjoying a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like because like I mean 4's story wasn't bad or anything, but it, like, I don't know, like at times it just kind of, you know, felt a little boring. I think this story is going to be really, really good. Like, just from what we've seen and like kind of the direction that they're kind of making it seem like it's going, I think that this is probably going to be the most intriguing line that they've had so far, you know, in all the games. Like, I just think that they're actually going to do something unique and different with it.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. Because they're kind of hinting at this thought that there's a possibility that she could go bad, or
I feel like
I'm interested.
This almost makes me feel like I want Gears to be like almost like a Telltale game, almost, where like, you know, if you have choices to make, and like the game veers in one direction or the other depending on what directions you take it, and then like that would almost make like a Gears 6 be like 2 totally different games depending on how Gears 5 ends for you. And it's like,
like they could do the whole Mass Effect thing where it would carry your character's storyline over to the next game, and then it would take off from which path you took. That would be kind of cool if they did something like that.
I know, that'd be awesome. So I don't know, I'm Gears is like what, 4 weeks away at this point.
So, not far.
Man, we're gonna have to do some streaming for that for sure. Squad. Maybe we should debut Squad Goals with Gears 5, like the new version of Squad Goals with Gears 5.
That would. God, Control. There's for Wreckfest coming out like that I want.
Yeah, gosh.
There's so many games coming out that I want.
Control looks awesome. I can't wait for that.
I'm really excited for that, because like after I finished Quantum Break, I was already ready for another game from them. Like I just love their stuff, and then listening to that I listened to the interview. I forget what it was on. Was it on Game Informer or something? I think, where they talked to the creator and like them talking about him talking about wanting to make an Alan Wake 2. Dude, that makes me so excited.
Dude, that Sam Lake interview was so good. Like I listened to it twice, because I listened to the interview on Unfiltered, and then they played it after Unlocked. On
that's
feed.
What it was. It was on.
And I just went ahead and listened, and it was, man, I could listen. I really like Ryan McCaffrey's interviews. He's just such a good interviewer, and every one of those Unfiltered is definitely worth listening to. So
it's definitely a great show. And it's just, you know, like and like like their you know, like positivity towards Xbox and stuff like that, and they do a good job of being critical on things when they should be,
Yeah.
and stuff. But yeah, they do a good job of it. So
Yeah.
But yeah.
Anyways, where are we? Where are we in this show? Are we still under what we've been playing? Jeez.
Yeah.
I on top of that, I've been playing Destiny. Like I'm trying to grind, and I get to a point where I'm like, I really don't want to do this stuff by myself, but all my friends have lives, and I'm too busy playing Fire Emblem to grind it out now. And it's like, I missed Iron Banner because Fire Emblem came out, and I'm like, oh, man. And then I got stuck playing Marvel. Marvel Ultimate Alliance is... I wish it would choose one path. Like, I wish it was either a hack and slash, like Marvel superhero stuff where you unlocked moves on your way through, or an action RPG. I wish they would choose one path and stick to it. It feels like they're trying to be both, and it just doesn't succeed at both, being both, right? Where, like, I have so many characters that are like, I want to use certain characters in certain situations, but in order to do that, I have to level them up and use them.
Mm-hmm.
And then that leaves the characters that I want to use all the time out of the loop. And so, like, I'm at this point where, like, all my characters are kind of low leveled to where I have to jump out of the story mode and go into the infinity stuff, where, like, that's like an easy way to grind your characters through, where, like, kill 200 enemies in this arena type thing, or, do that kind of stuff. So I like the game. I just wish it would have chose one side or the other. And, like, I'm playing on friendly, which is, like, the easy mode, and it's still really hard. So maybe I just suck at it. I don't know. But I've been playing through that. I did try the new Smash character, the hero from Dragon Quest. I really like the hero from Dragon Quest. He's got an awesome melee attack. I mean, it's just sword and shield, whatever. But then he's got his alternate attack is a ranged flame attack. Or I mean, I think it changes depending on what hero you choose. I chose the Dragon Quest 11 hero, and it's a ranged fire attack. And his down smash is really good. Like, he's a really good all around character, and I really like him. As if I was to play competitively, I would probably play as him. And I probably played like 4 or 5 matches last night with him because I wanted to see how he played, just to have everything up to date. Because, like, I didn't really like the way Joker played. So I just went back to Link and King Dedede just because King Dedede is a really stupid penguin with a hammer, and I like that. But if I was to get back into Smash and play competitively, I would not say no to the hero, right? Like, he's cool. He's a cool character. Now that might all change when Banjo-Kazooie comes out this fall, and I get really excited, but whatever. But I think that's all I've been playing. Let me check my Switch real quick, see if there's anything else. I played Mutant Year Zero on Switch.
Oh yeah, I didn't get around to trying that yet since the new update.
Yeah, it's if you have Game Pass, I would download it on Xbox and play it. It doesn't run great on Switch, but I mean, it looks good. It looks like the Xbox version. There's nothing wrong there. It's just like it's real framey. The audio is kind of cutting in and out. I know they have a patch coming out next week for the Switch version specifically, so maybe that will, be better. But
yeah, unfortunately, that's been a reoccurring issue with some of these games that are coming out, and it really is a bummer. Like, because I know I've heard like the same thing is happening with like the Wolfenstein game is having some issues, and but which really sucks because Switch is getting so many like really good third party games and stuff that are coming to it. Like we got the news. Well, I guess I didn't look at our stuff but I know that they had announced that they're going to be getting the what is it, the Outer Worlds or what's the game, Wildlands or whatever, or not Wild Outer Worlds. It's the new one coming out from the people who made um is it Outer Worlds?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that game looks cool.
The new one that's coming out or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't. They had recently announced that the Switch is going to get it too, which was interesting.
Yeah. I watched the Giant Bomb Quick Look today, or the unfinished, because Dan went down and played a little bit of it.
Oh, okay.
That game looks amazing. Like the visual fidelity of the faces and like it just, if you can give me a tight 20 to 25 hour Fallout game, like that game is gonna be a something special, I feel like. And I think it's coming to Game Pass on day one, right? Did Microsoft say that, or did they not? Is that not happening?
I don't know, to be honest. Either way, it might be, but I think I'm probably gonna want to buy it either way.
Yeah.
Just because, like, I'm really excited for that game because, like I've said in the past, like I've bought almost I have bought at some point all the Fallout games, and I've enjoyed them. But they never really 100% did it right, I feel like. And so that I'm kind of hoping that we'll get a Fallout type game that will, finally get everything done well enough anyways, that it's not just completely annoying at times. So, because I really would like to see what a Fallout game without a whole bunch of bugs and glitches would look like. So, yeah, I'm definitely interested in that game, and I want to definitely support them. So,
yeah, so I'm really looking forward to that game. I hope that this game succeeds and that Microsoft allows them to make another one, or something in the same vein as that. So, which I would not doubt that they would not do that.
Yeah, for sure. And it will be interesting, moving forward. Then since they're gonna be a Xbox owned, like if they're gonna if it does well enough, if part 2 would end up still being on all consoles and just be like a time exclusive, or if it would just only be on Xbox or on on Microsoft. I feel like I could see them doing it where it would end up being everywhere, in time.
Yeah.
But I don't know, because that's the thing, is Microsoft, it's still is going to make money from it either way. But
yeah.
So
I feel like that's one of those IP where, like, if they want to get the most out of it, they would allow it to be on PlayStation and stuff, because like very clearly, they don't care about. I mean, they care an awful lot about the PC market too, but they don't care about the Windows Store so much that they're like, okay, we're gonna put this on Steam and probably the Epic Store at some point. I would imagine.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I'm excited for it, and yeah.
It's just, like, honestly, like it's awesome. Just the idea of them just being like, hey, like, you can play our games wherever you want. Like, that's awesome. Like, because you don't, like, so be it. If you don't like Xbox, well, then you don't have to buy one. You can still play it wherever you want. Like, I think it's just the whole console war thing, like, people are gonna play on what they want to play on for the, in a lot of cases, and so why even try to fight that, like, just make it so your game can be played anywhere, because then no matter what they're playing on, you're still making money off the game. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's they're either making 100% off of it on Xbox or 30% off of it on everywhere else. So I mean, 30% of, you know, 1 million copies is better than 0% of 0 copies, you know? So
yeah.
Anyways, all right. We kind of talked about the ninja stuff already. Do we want to get into questions?
Yeah, we might as well. I think that would we could wrap it up with questions.
All right. So remember, you can email us at contact@codenamenx.com, or tweet at us, or find the Facebook group question thread, and you can leave a comment, and we'll try to answer your questions there. You know, within then we kind of pick the best of the questions and read them on the show. So also, if you're live on in the Twitch chat and you have a question, we will read the question. We'll try to read the questions as we catch them. So we're gonna get into this. Deshaun Malone, a longtime fan, writes in and says, "What games are you specifically excited for on Nintendo Switch this fall? There are a lot and a few surprises that need to be discussed. Cough, The Outer Worlds. Cough, The Witcher. Cough, Doom Eternal. Cough." So, yeah, and Ray, he's not here. He's eating a ton of pizza, by the way. He's like, I will be playing all of them, and we will be doing a tech analysis of all of them.
Yeah.
Man, so
if you want, you can go first with that, because obviously there's a lot of them, but like there's like, once we get closer, I'll probably get more hyped about stuff. But there's just certain, for me, there's just some little things that I'm excited for that haven't gotten much, much talk or like they haven't really done much pushing of the product for Switch. But
yeah, I think the game I'm most excited for is Luigi's Mansion 3.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, Luigi's Mansion is one of my favorite games of all time. I've probably told the story before, but like I got a GameCube for my birthday, and my mom sent me out with my dad, and she's like, "You can pick out 2 games and a controller." And so I got that and Tony Hawk 3 and the orange controller for GameCube. And then I had never had a console that used memory cards before, because I never had a PlayStation or a Saturn. I did, well, I guess that's kind of a lie. I had a Dreamcast, but it came with a VMU, and it was like already in the controller when I bought it. So like, I guess I never really thought about it, you know? And I only had a handful of games for Dreamcast, but I didn't get a memory card. And I'm like, I didn't get a memory card. I can't save.
Yeah, those little tiny, for the GameCube, those little tiny.
I know. Millennials will never know the hardships of memory cards.
Yeah.
Oh man, sorry.
Yeah, when they just
sorry everybody who's a millennial who's listening out there. I'm just like, memory cards, man.
When they randomly just decide to be corrupt and you lose everything on them.
Oh, by the way, that Smash save where you unlocked everybody turned into a random blue square on your memory card. Corrupted. Also, the Mad Catz memory cards only lasted like 2 weeks.
Yeah,
it was bad.
Yeah. There was some really bad memory cards out there. I had one of those like where it had like a little button thing on it where you could like switch it over. Like it was like multiple memory cards built into one. And one day, it just decided to like erase everything that I had on it. I was so pissed. That had my original save of the original Wild Arms game on it, and I had put so many hours into that game, and I was like close to the end, and it freaking erased it before I ever got to finish it. So I never ended up going back because I was so mad, and there's so many hours put into it. Man, that game was so good though.
Man, GameCube, what a system. I want a mini GameCube with all the games I love on it. That's all I want.
Yeah, that would be sweet. I I could like for me like my one thing, and like I said, it's just kind of like an odd duckling. Like I'm definitely obviously excited for all the big Nintendo stuff, but like I'm really excited to play that Police Stories that I've talked about before.
Oh yeah,
That's coming to Switch, and yeah, that's coming out in a couple of months here, so
yeah. That
I'm
game
excited
looks.
for that.
I was looking at that because it's on the pre-purchase screen for the on the coming soon page, and
Yeah,
I was checking it out. It looks really interesting and really cool. So,
yeah.
and I know you've talked
It's
about it before. I just
yeah, like I said, it's like it just kind of like takes the idea of what I liked of Siege, the Rainbow Six Siege, and kind of turns it into a top-down version of that almost,
yeah,
like an 16-bit top-down version or whatever.
yeah,
So it's just kind of a neat concept, and it looked fun, and just the idea that you can play it with friends, like that it's multiplayer is cool too. So
yeah. Uh, yeah. Let's see here. Anyways, the Witcher and the Outer Worlds and Doom Eternal, I hope run okay.
mhm.
I'm interested to see how these ports do, especially because they're coming off of more powerful systems to be ported down.
Yeah,
I imagine we'll get a Doom or Wolfenstein style
yeah.
port or whatever, but just it'll run good, but it won't be the proper way to play those games, obviously. So
Yeah. Honestly, out of all those though, the only one that I really care about that I really hope, like I mean, obviously I hope they all work well, but like I would love to play the Outer Worlds on Switch, and I really do hope that they can. I guess it's the people who did the Dark Souls remastered or whatever port for Switch and stuff that are doing the port for that, I think, or something like that I heard.
yeah,
But so like I don't know. I hope that one turns out, because I'm gonna be honest, the like Doom I'm gonna be getting on Xbox either way. Like
yeah,
just because like that, like I am completely all in on that franchise this time around. Like I like the Wolfenstein is fine, but I just all I care about is Doom right now. I'm just super excited for that. And I would really like to see that turn out for Switch as well, to be honest, but I'm still gonna get that on Xbox. But if Outer Worlds like is a really good port for Switch, I might actually just get it on Switch.
yeah.
Because I think that would be a good on the go like handheld game. So I really hope that one turns out really well.
Yeah,
So
I feel like that out of all of these, that would be the one I would want to, you know, be the best on Switch. Because like The
yeah.
Witcher, like, okay, I've played that before, and
Hmm.
Doom Eternal, like, I think Doom ran really well on Switch for what it was, but this is
Hmm.
bigger and it's just that, it's Doom. So you want to play it at a high frame rate and fast paced and everything.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, because like even like back in the day, those original ones, like if you weren't running them on a decent computer, it would be so like like it would frame rate would drop, and it just isn't wasn't as enjoyable for a lot of those games, even like the original Wolfenstein games and stuff like that. But yeah, unfortunately, yeah, that's just a game that I really want running as well and clean as it possibly can be running to play it, because it just like the experience, it's just such a fast paced game that it really needs to be running at peak performance.
right. So We're gonna move on to the next question because we are running out of time here. My wife and I are leaving in like 20 minutes to go to some festival thing, so we
Oh, okay.
gotta we gotta move through this. Megan Green asks, "What do you guys think of Sony's output this gen, and what does it mean for the next generation? Is there anything you're looking forward to from them?" Honestly, my PlayStation, unless somebody wants to play something with me that doesn't have an Xbox, that's basically it's an exclusive machine. It's a Destiny machine, and even since then, like I've been playing so much Destiny on Xbox lately, and with cross character progression, like everything on my PlayStation now is an exclusive. And at this point, like I'm gonna be quite honest with you, I'm not interested in Death Stranding. I'm not really that interested in The Last of Us Part 2. And I know I'm in quite the minority of that group, right?
Hmm.
I'm not, I respect Hideo Kojima so much, but I just have never, ever gotten into his games. I think he's a visionary. I think he's a great director, designer, programmer. He's a legend in the industry, right?
Hmm.
I like watching his games from afar. I subscribe to Giant Bomb Premium, right? And they do a Metal Gear series, which is very good. That I've been watching, and I'm like, man, I wish, I would have played these as they came out, because going back would be a nightmare at this point. But
Yeah.
and then The Last of Us Part 2, I want to have fun and be entertained by games. I don't want to feel, because that first game, the first Last of Us opens in a way that like really gave me a lot, and it's something I don't really feel a whole lot in terms of playing games at all. Like a lot of anxiety and sadness, and something I don't want to feel while I'm playing games. So like it like literally the first 20 minutes of that game is like the saddest thing I've ever witnessed in video games, and I don't want to feel that. So like I didn't finish The Last of Us, and I'm not going to finish The Last of Us Part 2. Like I'm just, and then Ghost of Tsushima, like there's still not a lot of information on that game.
Hmm.
And as much as I liked Infamous, I want to wait and see what this game is. So that would really be the only first party thing until next gen that I'm really excited for.
Yeah. Yeah, that definitely looks interesting. I'm basically would be on the same level as you, as far as like, like the newer stuff that's coming out. Like that would be probably the one that I'm more interested in out of all the things coming out. Yeah, with Death Stranding, I don't know. It just doesn't interest me. And like they're trying to do the whole mysterious thing to, and normally if something looked good, it would intrigue me and make me interested in what it is, but I just don't care.
Yeah.
Like it just completely just over my head, just doesn't interest me. But for me, like my main thing is I'm excited more about moving forward, where VR goes and what kind of games they make for their VR stuff. Like, because I think that they're like just knocking it out of the park when it comes to VR content. I think they're making some really, really amazing games for VR that you're just not seeing on the PC. Like just they're like, I don't know, they're just doing a really good job in that department, in my opinion. So like that's really what I'm excited for, is seeing where that stuff goes moving forward, to be honest. Like, because I kind of like, I'm gonna be honest, like that for me probably gonna be a selling point, like for the next console. Like if they can bring out some really good big, heavy hitters like they did, more recently for the VR games, I might just buy the new PlayStation and just get the VR set and stuff like that.
Yeah.
over time. It's not going to happen right away because I got a lot of priorities before that. Like I would like to get a 4K TV to first. I don't even have a 4K TV yet, so
Right.
things like that, would come first. But and the backwards compatibility is really what makes me interested in getting a PS5 at all, to be honest, because if that didn't happen, I wasn't going to even bother.
Yeah.
Because like that's the thing, is there's enough PlayStation exclusive games that I care about now at this point, since the 4 is coming to an end.
Yeah.
That having those games to play backwards compatible would make it worth it for me. So
Yeah. So, all right. Our last question comes from Casey McHale. He says, how do you think Nintendo will survive when Scarlet and PS5 come out? I mean, I think Nintendo will survive how they've always survived. They play to a tune of a different drummer, and I'm sure by next summer they will have some sort of quote unquote Switch Pro, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think the Switch Pro will probably be able to handle more of the games that will be on Xbox and PlayStation if they want to port them there. Nintendo is not shy about making revisions to their hardware, as we're seeing in a couple months. So, yeah, it's I don't know, man. I think Nintendo will just survive because they're different, and I think Nintendo is aiming to be everybody's quote second console, and therefore that's how you sell more consoles than everybody else. That's how the Wii was, right? Where it was everybody's secondary console or family console, and everybody had a PlayStation or Xbox and a Wii, and that's how Wii won the generation, right? Is everybody just bought a Wii with their Xbox or PlayStation, right? So
yeah,
I mean, that's how I see it. People buy Nintendo to play Nintendo games. They don't buy Nintendo to play Doom or Wolfenstein or The Witcher. They're nice little additions, right? But I think Nintendo's first party lineup, especially this generation in particular, is strong enough to carry the system. So
yeah, that's and that's the thing is like it. We see more talk about third party because like the Switch has made it into many more hands than in the past, as far as like the Wii U goes and stuff. And so like they've got to be a little bit more progressive and move forward to try to get more third-party games on their system, and it's honestly, it's the third parties trying to get them on there because they know that the Switch has sold so well. But yeah, like the thing is when it comes down to it, like you said, like Nintendo's first-party games are, like they're always gonna be major heavy hitters, and they're always going to be the reason that someone buys their hardware. I mean, in Japan the Switch has outsold the PS4, so I mean and Switch came out how long after the PS4 did? I mean, like right. there is a reason why Nintendo, even though that they're like a lower, like not as powerful console, that they still end up selling like massive amounts of consoles, is because when they do what they do best right, they're almost guaranteed that they're gonna sell more and more consoles, and like we've got so many IP of theirs that they haven't even done yet, like like we've got like the Pikmin, and they've got even there's things that they can go back and do that they haven't done in a while, and like with games like the Ultimate Alliance and and Mario Rabbids, they still have those kinds of tricks up their sleeve where they can just throw some money at a third party developer and have them make something exclusive, for their console. I mean, like I think that's what's gonna help them in like moving forward, is if they put their investments into good companies that they know can make them a really good exclusive game that's not a Nintendo or IP, or is a new IP that they feel like would fit their audience. Like that to me is probably more important even than having just a port of a game, a third party game, that's on the bigger consoles. I think like that would be much bigger, because if it's exclusive to Switch, that means that you've got to have a Switch in order to play it, whereas the other games you can play them on other consoles, so that's not really as important to them.
Right.
They're going to want to give you experiences that you can't get anywhere else, and they seem to do a good job of that.
Yeah.
Love them or hate them, like they give you experiences that are unique.
Yeah.
Because I mean, honestly, I don't like love every single one of their IP, but they do it well. It's just some things don't interest me as much as others, but I'm also usually a minority in that,
Right.
in that department when it comes to Nintendo games. So,
Well, I mean, they've also had some surprises this Gen 2, like teaming up with Ubisoft and giving us Starlink, which is basically the best Star Fox game we've had in 20 years, and Mario Mario plus Rabbids, and
which I'd love a part 2 to that game, man.
Yeah,
that game is so good.
I feel like it's coming, right? Like, I feel like, we got the base game in 2017 and the expansion in 2018. You take 2019 off because, Nintendo is Fire Emblem, first of all. And second of all, like, you just kind of make your way through that. And so, yeah.
Yeah, there's still a lot for them to do. Like they can do Mario Golf. There's all those kinds of things like that they can still do. Like I said, they have Pikmin, they have, obviously we have Metroid and stuff that will eventually be a thing, which they could still do the Metroid Prime, trilogy stuff. They can, there's just so much stuff that they can do that they just kind of are just lying and waiting, just kind of slowly giving us what we want.
Right.
And they've just got plenty to offer. So
yeah. Nintendo, man, they've got games. They've got strength. They plus, like, I think what Switch has that the Wii U didn't at this point is they've been out for a couple of years and have an established library that will carry them through, instead of coming out a year before, I think, and not having a huge library within the first year, and then Xbox One and PlayStation 4 came in and kind of steamrolled the Wii U. So
well, and like people had kind of mentioned, like, what are they gonna do? Like when it first came out and they brought us Zelda like right away, it's like, they got that big game already out, but I think that actually helped them though, and honestly, I think that's what made them sell so well, is because that Zelda was so well done, and it brought the attention to it right away, and then they just started bringing tons of stuff out. So
right,
but
so, and then to follow it up with Splatoon 2 and Mario Odyssey, and then the next year Smash and Pokemon, and now this year we got Fire Emblem and Pokemon again, and Luigi's Mansion. Like, I think Nintendo's lineup is strong, and the Switch has the strongest lineup I've seen since probably the GameCube in terms of like consistency and so, but we are gonna wrap up the show. Just because I'm really out of time. But anyways, I want to thank everybody for watching. I want to thank everybody for listening. And I did see that last question in the Twitch chat. We will save it for next week because I think that's really funny and interesting. But I think we need more time than 30 seconds to really answer that. So I want to thank everybody for watching. Remember, you can catch the NX show live every Saturday, and you can find it on podcast services every Tuesday. Rate, review, subscribe, follow. You can also find us on YouTube, youtube.com/The NX Show, and codenamenx.com. Remember to follow us on social media at The NX Show. Join our Facebook group, all that good stuff. Jesse, where can we find you?
You can find me almost anywhere as Phantom NXS. So I'm basically that. I've tried to mainstream it all to just that one thing, make it easy.
Man, I'm still working on Twitter. That guy hasn't tweeted since 2015 or 2016, and he just nothing. So you can find me on Twitter at CorianHD713. You can find me on Instagram and Twitch at CorianHD. You can also find me maybe on Mixer. I'm still trying to figure out what the best way to go about it is, but my Mixer account is also CorianHD, so you can find me there as well. I think that's it. Remember to enter our Astral Chain giveaway, and I want to thank everybody so much for watching, and until next week, we love you.
Bye.